Hello everyone, I am Flavia. The topic for my presentation is Adaptive Learning Model and Implementation based on Big Data under the guidance of Sir B.M. Pampapati. These are the contents of the presentation. Let us start with the introduction. The traditional face-to-face education model can no longer meet the needs of training outstanding talents. So, only through the big data learning analysis model, we can explore and study the learner's learning process and then provide them with a learning path that are needs of each student. Based on big data analysis, a personalized adaptive online learning analysis model is constructed from 4 dimensions, that is, data and environment, which is referred to as who, how and target referred as why. Taking C language programming as an example, this presentation analyzes the structure of learning process based on big data and adaptive learning. Moving on, the main concentration is in strengthening the education system. The traditional face-to-face education model can no longer meet the needs of further training outstanding talents. Teachers only follow their own ideas to teach and complete the corresponding teaching tasks, but they neglect the students' ability to accept it. The incentive mechanism to achieve interaction affects the students' self-consciousness and enthusiasm. The lack of real attention to the individual differences and different needs of student is contrary to the educational idea of teaching students according to their aptitudes from ancient times to the present, that is, personalized education. The main objective is to present a simple learning model to the students of all groups so they can understand and get acquainted with the topics without much hustle. Present a teaching model to teachers so they can deliver their ideas to students in an effective manner. Smooth teaching learning process. It can recommend a reasonable learning path and appropriate learning resources. It can provide timely and accurate feedback on the learning effect of students and provide personalized service intervention which is conducive to the promotion of teaching and learning. Let us move on to the implementation. Data is the carrier of information and the source of knowledge. Big data adaptive learning refers to the subject area knowledge, the research results in various fields, the lecture notes and the teaching experience of teachers, the classic teaching cases, the test questions and answers, and the reader's reading experience. By categorizing and collecting, students can learn knowledge points through online learning or offline downloading, so as to carry out personalized learning and also communicate and discuss with teachers online. This study provides a personalized adaptive learning structure based on big data as shown in the figure. The personalized adaptive learning structure based on big data consists of 7 links which fully explains the ways and methods that learners can achieve learning. Through the 4 links 1, 4, 5 and 6, the learner can realize self-organizing learning according to the visual information in the dashboard. Learning plans, self-selected learning strategies, learning resources and self-assessment of learning can help to improve students' self-consciousness and initiative. The system can adopt Bayesian through 3 links 1, 2 and 3. Learning style, interest preference, knowledge level, learning culture and other learning characteristics, adaptability to present personalized visual learning paths, learning resources, peer informations, tools, etc., help to develop students' self-efficiency. Through the 5 links of 1, 2, 4, 5 and 7, teachers and managers can be realized. Personalized adaptive online learning analysis model construction from the structure of personalized adaptive learning process based on big data. We can not only consider the individualized characteristics of students but also consider the method of mining valuable personalized learning information from massive data. The logical relationship reduces the cognitive load of learners, promotes meaningful learning of learners, long-term memory, and active construction and migration of knowledge. At the same time, the visualization of knowledge structure can also enable learners to develop cognitive needs such as exploration, curiosity, and understanding so that their interests and attention are concentrated and the conscious tendency to solve problems is generated, thereby generating certain cognitive needs, inspiring curiosity and initiative, the desire to learn. As shown in figure, the C language programming courses knowledge structure map. The sketch shows the suggested model of the proposed system. There are 2 layers, runtime layer and storage layer. The runtime layer is the user interactive layer which will be accessed by the user. In other words, we can say that it is the service provider, that is the presenter. In storage layer, we will be running our algorithm on different database. The storage layer has 4 models. Media space contains learning resources and associated descriptive information. Learning resources such as video lectures, tests, examples, exercises, etc. Media space is also called resource model. Domain model constitutes the structure of domain knowledge. Domain model was often shown in form of graph. Nowadays, researchers intend to build domain model according to ontology. Adoption model is a centric component which gives effect of adoption. It contains concept selection rules and content selection rules. Concept selection rules are used to choose appropriate concepts from domain model. On the other hand, we apply content selection rules into choosing suitable educational resource from media model. These rules must tune with user module so that the selections get corrects. User module contains information and data about user. To verify the effectiveness of the proposed big data based personalized adaptive online learning analysis model, this experiment is based on the service adaptive learning system SOALS service oriented. 60 students are selected as subjects to study C language programming. They are randomly divided into 2 groups, experimental group that is adaptive learning and control group that is non-adaptive learning. 30 people each. There was no significant difference in cognitive ability between the 2 groups. At the same time, according to the pre-test results, the components were poor students with 0 to 4 points and excellent students with 5 to 9 points. During the 2-month study, all students in the experimental group and the control group performed. After the knowledge point is measured, the result of some data analysis are shown in the following table. It can be seen from the data in the table that improvement effect of the learning performance in the experimental group is the most obvious and the score is improved from the pre-test 3.7 to the post-test 7.2. In comparison, the improvement of the outstanding students' academic performance is not obvious and the experimental group and the control group are not obvious. There is no significant difference in the academic performance of outstanding students. The reason for the analysis is the poor students are all learning according to the learning path of the adaptive system and the learning materials of appropriate difficulty. The excellent students have strong autonomy and do not fully believe in the system recommendations. It can be seen that the personalized adaptive learning analysis model based on big data is more effective for poor life intervention guidance. Currently, the output data was based on 600 students. Conduct the surveys on more number of students and teachers. More the data, more accurate the algorithm will be. Will include more variables like their favorite sports, hobbies, daily routines of the students, determining a difference in the proposed model. Compare the different ways to improve the model efficiency. The concept of adaptive learning model can be expanded to other fields like sports, entertainment. So, use the concept to build a model to suggest internet user with the music playlists according to their mood. The data created by learner is part of big data, and each learner is a producer and consumer of big data. With the support of big data analysis, the individualized push of learning resources and the analysis of learning quality will have feasible solution. It can be seen that big data is the foundation of education future, personalized adaptive learning. Here are the references. Thank you.